Today's video, I want to share with you a ayat from the Quran and description of Jahannam. We talk about Jannah, we talk about Hoor Al-Ayn a lot in this channel. Today's video, we'll be talking about Jahannam, and subhanAllah, this will be something I will talk more in this channel, Jahannam, in addition to talking about Jannah. So this ayat is from Surah Al-Anbiya, ayat number 46. Allah Azza wa Jal is describing what the people, the wrongdoers, Zalimeen, will say. So Allah Azza wa Jal says that when this fire will touch them, وَلَئِن مَسْحَتْهُمْ نَفْحَةٌ مِنْ عَذَابِ رَبِّكَ لَيَقُولُنَّ يَا وَيْلَنَا إِنَّا كُنَّا ظَالِمِينَ. The time this fire or the punishment will touch them, they will immediately say, لَيَقُولُنَّ يَا وَيْلَنَا إِنَّا كُنَّا ظَالِمِينَ. They will say, oh, to us, we were among those Zalimin, wrongdoers. There is something you did not know about Jahannam, and that is what I want to mention to you. This one particular narration, or the way you looked, it is something you did not look before. So I want to tell you that, so you do not want to go anywhere. But before I do that, I want to show you something. That way you will have some idea, dear sisters, what we are talking here about. So as you can see, this is a volcanic eruption. Okay, this is a lava. Fire. Okay, think of it as if the fire of dunya that we can compare in some way to the fire of hellfire. Obviously, the fire of hellfire will be much worse, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to protect all of us from this nar, from this fire. The people of Jahannam, when they will be touched, وَلَئِن مَسَّتْهُمْ, the moment they will be touched with this punishment, نَفْحَةٌ, very little punishment. I will mention to you more in a second what nafha means. Min adabi rabbika la yakuluna ya waylana inna kunna zalimin. They will immediately confess their sins and they will say, oh, we were among the wrongdoers. So number one point I want to mention to you, before I tell you that one thing you did not know about Jahannam, I want to tell you this. So the moment this punishment will touch them, immediately these people of Jahannam will say, they will cry out and they will confess, ya waylana inna kunna zalimin. Oh, to us, we were among the wrongdoers. Normally, dear sisters, when you take a criminal into the prison and the court, they plead not guilty most of the time. They do not plead guilty. Like right now, maybe Jeffrey Epstein, okay, his trial is going on, and Ghislaine Maxwell, his assistant, is on trial, and she pleaded guilty. She said, I am not guilty of anything, even though it is obvious she is involved. But Allahu Alam, we do not know the true story. Most cases you see criminals, they plead no guilty. We are not guilty. And even if they are recorded on a phone, on a video, they will still say, well, the video was manipulated. Okay, it is not showing the actual reality. So in other words, it takes a long time. It takes the prosecutors to convince him that if you say, yes, you are guilty, then we can at least lessen your punishment. In most cases, I would say maybe 99% of the cases, they say we are not guilty. The people of Jahannam is exactly opposite, and this punishment is not even the actual punishment. I'll get to it in a second. It is not even an actual punishment, just a little bit of punishment, and they immediately say, you know what? Ya waylana inna kunna mina zalimin. We are those people who are wrongdoers. So what is that punishment I want to talk to you about that you never knew before? This is what I want to tell you. Dear sisters, Ibn Kathir, he mentioned about this nafha. Okay, the nafha is literal meaning is whiff, like very little, something very small. Okay, in its size, in its space, and its duration. This punishment is not for too long, and the punishment, the length of it is not too big, and it is not something that is being prepared for a long time. It is something, just a whiff, just a little bit of taste. So for example, let's say it's very cold outside, or it is very hot outside, and you want to stay indoor, right? You don't want to go out because you will feel that pain in your body. Somebody comes in and they open the window or a door a little bit, and the wind blows in. The moment the wind blows in and you say, shut it up, close the door, don't open it. So what happens is you are freaking out, and still you are not hurt because you are saved. You told the guy to close the door, so now you are safe. But in in the context of hellfire, okay, this is what I want to understand. Nafha, in the context of hellfire, when somebody is opening the door of hellfire, the wind or the feeling that comes, even for a few seconds before you tell that person, close the door, because the hellfire, I can see it is coming, the heat of it is coming towards me. Before even that much, when you have that much of touch of the hellfire in your body and you feel it, immediately you confess your sin. You are not even in hellfire. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned, now this is another important tangent I want to bring, which is being in hellfire. Allah Azza wa Jalla described the hellfire. He said about people who will bring all evil deeds with them. Okay, وَمَنْ جَاءَ بِالْسَيِّئَاتِ فَكُبَّتْ وُجُوهُهُمْ فِي النَّارِ. Allah said people who will be coming on the day of judgment with a lot of bad deeds, their faces will be hurled towards the hellfire, towards the fire. Hurled. Okay, kubbat wujuhuhum. But here it's not even being hurled. Your face is not being shoved. Your body is not being even shoved. It is just that you are exposed to nafha, a little bit of taste of the punishment. And Ibn Kathir, he mentioned this nafha as something that is the slightest of punishment possible. And yet people are so hurt. People are so feeling this pain. They are saying that, ya waylana inna kunna zalimin. Even that much of pain. So dear and sisters, we need to be careful about when we talk about Jannah, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jalla all the time to protect us from an-nar. Allahumma ajinna minan nar, Allahumma ajinna minan nar. Jazakallah khair for tuning in. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.